you got to admit that you actually have an issue. You have to admit that you have credit card debt. You have to admit that your credit score doesn't mean crap if you don't have any money in your bank account, because ignoring it won't make it go away. Okay, it's ignoring it and just paying the minimum payment. It's not going to make it go away. No, you got to face this thing head on. And I mean this. You have to look at this thing and say, you know what? You got to pull your credit report. Okay, let's be real. Let me get closer to you. You got to pull your credit report. You got to pull anything and everything that you need to look at. And you need to say, you know what? How much money do I have in credit cards? I got $35,000 in credit card debt alone. That's an issue. That's an issue. I'm paying, and then here's what I really want you to do. When you look at your credit card statement, when you pull your credit report and see how much you owe on credit card debt, the next thing is when it comes to admitting the issue and facing it head on, I want you to really get deep. I want you to pull your credit card statement and look at how much interest you're paying every single month on top of your credit card. I want you to look at how much money you're blowing away, how much money you're giving to Wells Fargo, which is two families. How much money are you giving to their family to help pay for their legacy building and robbing from your family? Oh, I'm starting early right now, and I got 8 more points to get to. Oh, my goodness. You're paying other people for their wealth, and you're robbing from your wealth potential. Because we should be receiving interest payment. We shouldn't be paying out interest. I get it, Anthony. I like the points. Man, I'm with you. Trust me. I love points too, but I don't love points. I do not want points at the cost of my financial future. Because here's the truth, and I'm going to be honest with you, and a lot of you are going to get upset when I say this, but I love you. You're a part of the family, and thank you so much for watching this show, but you're not mature enough to have a credit card. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 98% of us in America today are not mature enough for us to have credit. I went to Dubai. They pay things for cash. America's one of the only systems that live off of a credit score, but you got other people who are wealthy, who are making just as much money as you and I, and they don't borrow money. So a credit score is not the end all be all. We have a problem and we need to address it. And that's the very first thing you have to do. Pull your credit report, look at what's going on, how many credit cards you have, which you should know because they're in your wallet, they're in your purse. Then I want you to pull up every credit card statement that you have, add up the balance. I want that balance to sit right there in the smack center so you can see it every single day. Then I want you to see how much money you're paying in interest, how much money you're robbing from your future, from your family, so that you can have credit cards. So that's number one. You got to admit it, admit the issue, and you got to face it head on. Here's number two. You got to stop using credit cards. Listen, we can't pay off the credit card debt. We can't. If you keep tackling and racking up more debt. No, man, listen, check this out right here. Cut them up. Oh my God, if I cut the credit cards up, that's going to hurt my credit score. Who cares? Who cares? You're more worried about a 3-digit score on a sheet of paper that's not even ran by the government, it's ran by a private entity, than you are having financial freedom. What's going on, family? It's your boy, Anthony ONeal, and I want to share a secret with you. I want to share something with you that I regret not doing sooner. If you've been thinking about getting life insurance, now is the time to act. Let me tell you about my friends over at Ethos, the life insurance company that's making waves with its affordability and ease of access. You can get coverage for as low as $30 a month. My own rate was just around $60 a month. And I spend more than that on food delivery. Let me be honest. I'm gonna give you some quick points of why I love them so much. Number one is their rates and affordability. Imagine paying $30 or $68 a month for a peace of mind. That's less than most of your monthly subscriptions. Number two, ease of use. You can get up to $2 million in coverage without any medical exams or blood tests. Just answer a few quick, healthy questions and you're set. The entire process is 100% online and take less than 10 minutes. Number 3, speed. You can get a quote in seconds. You can apply in minutes and have same day coverage. I got my coverage through Ethos literally in 10 minutes and got my thing back quick. Trust and reliability is the last thing I love about them. Ethos has an A+ rating with the BBB and stellar Trustpilot reviews. Every day, around 2,000 families are approved for life insurance through Ethos. Listen, I don't want you to wait. Life insurance rates can increase by 8 to 10% each year you delay. I purchased my policy a few years ago, and if I had waited until now, my price would be significantly higher. Lock in your rate right now and secure your family's future. I want you to visit anthonyoneal.com/ethos to get your free life insurance quote. Apply and get coverage in under 10 minutes. Don't procrastinate. Take control of your future today. Yes, in today's market, yes, in today's time, having a bad credit score is it kills you. It hurts you for sure. And I gotta stop saying a credit score doesn't mean anything because I have a credit score. Actually, I have a high credit score because I have real estate. But that's the only thing on my credit report. That's why I have a high credit score. But when you look at, my actual credit, I'm actually not really credit worthy because I only have one line trade on there, which is real estate. That's it. So for what I'm telling you is, yeah, you got to cut them credit cards, man. Let me go on record and say this. I believe that there are 2% of the people in the world, and watch this, all in the comments, I'm one of the 2%, I'm one of the 2%, I'm one of the 2%. No, you ain't. The majority of you all, 98%, has been proven by the credit card companies that 98% of the people do not pay off the credit card every single month. They just can't. They can't. We tend to spend more money when we have a credit card, and then when it's time to make that payment and we see what all we spent, we're like, wait a minute, I can't pay all that. Let me just pay the minimum balance. Then we get comfortable paying the minimum balance. Now our balances are not changing because we're paying 20% in interest, but we're only making a small payment of $50, but we owe $15,000, $20,000 on the credit card. It doesn't make sense. We cannot get out of credit card debt if you are continuing to rack up the debt on your credit cards. Bottom line, in the words of the general himself, Dave Ramsey, cut them craps. That's bad grammar. That's bad grammar. Cut that crap up. Cut it up. You are not mature. If you are in the 2%, hey man, I'm rocking with you. Totally understand. I'm not even hating you. But the majority of you all who are going to go in the comments and say I am, you're not. Let's stop capping. Here's number 3. After we acknowledge the problem and we cut up the credit cards, we got to start generating some extra money. When I say generate extra money, here's something that I really, 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 really want you to understand, right? Is that when you start generating the extra money, it creates margin. And with that margin, right, is our wealth building tool once we have no debt. But margin, right, is the tool that we're using to pay off our debt. So margin in first stages helps you pay off debt. The margin in the next stage helps you get a fully funded emergency fund. Then margin in the next stage is invested into real estate, stock market, etc., to help you build wealth. So what we got to do, number 3, is we got to get some extra money, aka some margin in our room, in our resources, financial resources. So right now we can eliminate the credit card debt, then go over to get us a fully funded savings account, then go over to wealth building. But right now, how can we get extra money? How can we get extra money? Let me tell you something. My team and I, man, we've had the opportunity to generate millions of dollars from YouTube. Millions of dollars just from utilizing YouTube, from utilizing podcasts, from taking my passion, my message, my journey, and going and sharing this message on YouTube. It's been such a blessing to share my story, share my journey, share what God has given me. I started it on the side. Now it's my full-time income. And over the last just 3 years, we've been able to capitalize on an extra 600,000 people just on YouTube alone, another 150,000 on podcasts, another 200,000 on our email list, 450,000 or 420 something thousand on my Instagram. 400 on my Facebook. We got a total of about right around 2 million people. And I'm so grateful that have followed us because of the power of YouTube. And if you're looking for some extra income, there are some things that you can do from home that you don't have to go drive for Uber or drive for DoorDash. You can make an extra $1,000, $5,000 a month from home simply by sharing your story, your journey, your passion with people on YouTube. You can be a single mother. How did you raise, 3 kids on your own? You can talk about that. You could be, a therapist, or you can have, a passion for mental therapy. You can talk about that on YouTube. You don't have to be an expert, because I'm not an expert. I can't sit here and say that I'm an expert because I'm not Dave Ramsey. I'm not a Robert Kiyosaki. I'm not these other people. I'm just simply sharing the things that I've learned with my money, with my mistakes, and I'm sharing those lessons. And as I'm learning, I'm continuing to share. And as I'm evolving and growing, I'm doing that. So y'all call me an expert. I call myself a student because I'm always learning.